What's up, Dunk Squad? Welcome back. We're here with year 5 of the Madden 26 New York Giants realistic rebuild. If you tune in to part 4, we got our first ring of the Madden 26 realistic rebuilds with the G-Man. Kiss my ass, Jerry Jones, because him and his cowgirls stopped us from going undefeated in the regular season. They beat us in the final regular season game in the season finale. We went 16-1 in the regular season, but that did not stop us from going undefeated in the postseason, in the playoffs, as we matched up once again with the Buffalo Billies and Josh Allen, and we straight up simmed it, and we won the Super Bowl, and it felt good because I am so happy that that group of men, the G men, was able to get over the hump and finally get a championship. So I was real happy about that. Um, Even though we didn't go undefeated all the way, we got that one L on the record. I think that team is top 5 GOAT teams of all time, and they are not number 5. But now our focus will be on, maybe going undefeated in the regular season and in the postseason. But our main focus will be on repeating, going back to back, and becoming a dynasty. And notice and peep, I said our first ring in the beginning when I started this video, because that will not be the last ring, hopefully, here in this rebuild and with future rebuilds with other teams. But with all that being said, I'm not going to waste no more time. We're going to meet the final roster, team, squad here before we kick off the final preseason here in year 5 with the New York Giants. At quarterback, we got Jackson throwing darts. You see, he got that superstar dev. He got it right before we played the Super Bowl, and that gave us a much needed boost for the Super Bowl. But when you see what he's done over all these seasons, he's been mainly on the normal dev, and we really didn't need him to be a superstar dev quarterback to become a Super Bowl champion. But every single season, he's gotten better. Now that he's a superstar dev, maybe he can get superstar X Factor, Super Bowl week if we make the Super Bowl. But Jackson Dart, even though he hasn't been much of it, during this rebuild, he is our superstar young franchise quarterback, just throwing darts. At running back, we got Cam Scat Pat Scatterboo. He has been the offense. He's been 1,400 rushing yards, 1,400 rushing yards, 1,600 rushing yards, damn near double-digit touchdowns every single season. Of course, he's gonna fumble once every now and then because he is a little wrecking ball, just wrecking shit. But Cam, Scat Pack, Scatterboo, the other half of my Vanilla Boys with him and Jackson Dart. We brought in Joe Mixon this offseason in the preseason. You see, he is also X Factor, and there it is, that wrecking ball nickname, for Cam Scatterboo. And then we got 2 rookie running backs here behind them just to add some depth to the running back room. We have our fullback Braxton Meredith, and then at receivers we got Malik, next door neighbors, who tied Randy Moss for the receiving touchdown record with 23 in the first season. And then after that, we got Dakota T.D. Williams. We call him T.D. Williams because all he does is score TDs. All he does is get touchdowns. And in his rookie season, he had 108 catches, 1,500 receiving yards, 24 touchdowns. He broke Randy Moss and Malik Neighbors' single season receiving touchdown record by one with 24 touchdowns. And we talked about Jackson throwing darts. He's throwing darts to Malik Neighbors and Dakota Williams. And then we have, Devontae Ridley here. We brought in Chris Godwin. We got Dalen Cambray. He's more of like a return guy. We drafted this 6'7" wide receiver out of Georgia, Cam Hayes. So this wide receiver group, especially with Neighbors and Dakota Williams, breaking touchdown records, top 5 of all time. Another thing though, the slot receiver is utilized a lot in this playbook and scheme with the Giants. And we've had Malik Neighbors there, we've had Dakota Williams there. We also had this guy, Jordan Esparza. I've been calling him Esperanza, adding extra syllables to his name we don't need to be doing that. But in his rookie season last season, almost 90 catches, he had 1,100 receiving yards, 14 touchdowns. He is another X factor. He's another weapon for Jackson Dart to, throw darts to. We also had Ross Barkley, who we used last season. We did the two tight end system between him and Esparza, and just more weapons for Jackson Dart to throw darts to. But we talked about, this team overall being top five, going 16-1 and winning the Super Bowl, top five GOATs of all time. We talked about the receiver, the receiving core being top five all time. Let's just talk about the offense as a whole. Maybe top five of all time with Esparza, Neighbors, Dakota Williams, Cam Scatterboot, and Jackson Dart. Got to be top five. And then we look at the offense line. You got Andrew Thomas, franchise left tackle. You got Garrett Nicholson, second-year guard. We got Matt Burns at center, who is a superstar dev. We didn't even play him last season. He sat on the bench. He was the backup. And then you got Derek Meredith, another superstar guard going into his fourth season. And then Enrique Guerrero, second-year right tackle, just like the superstar center. He did not play last season, even though he did give up one sack. So we have, a couple of offensive linemen who sat on the bench last year with good dev traits. They learned how to be a champion, and now they will get their chance to start going into this fifth season, looking to make the Super Bowl again. And then we flip to the defensive side. Got Kayvon Thibodeau, who we could have traded, we could have released, we could have let go because of the Brian Burns and Abdul Carters, but we found a way to keep all three pass rushers. We found a way to use Kayvon Thibodeau. We've been using him on the inside as an inside pass rusher, and look what he's done. He's accepted the role, he's sacrificed a bit, and he's bought in. And it's worked out for everybody. He had 5.5 sacks last season, 6 TFLs, 43 tackles. And then when you look at the other side, you got, of course, Abdul Carter, who's developed to an X factor. He had 18 sacks last season. And when we talk about breaking records with TD Williams and Malik Neighbors, even Jackson Dart, I think, was in the record books for, or tying Baker Mayfield or passing Baker for the rookie passing touchdown record. Abdul Carter, will he be able to break the sack record, in this season? He got 18, getting into the 20s. Maybe we'll talk about it. And then you got Brian Burns, the other edge rusher. And, he had double-digit sacks last season. So between Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, Kayvon Thibodeau, we've made it work with all three pass rushers getting on the field at the same time. And then we got Sexy Dexy Lawrence, who's been regressing. He's been declining every single season. He lost his X factor, went down to superstar, lost superstar. He went down to, star dev, but he still played like a star. 30 tackles, 10 TFLs, 5.5 sacks. We don't need him to do everything anymore. But Dexter Lawrence, we were happy, getting a ring for him is what we wanted. If anybody on this team deserved a Super Bowl ring, it was Dexter Lawrence, and we got him one. And we thought about letting him walk in free agency. We chose to keep him over a younger Darius Alexander. Shout out to Darius Alexander as well. But we chose to go with the veteran Dexter Lawrence, keep him around, and we let Darius Alexander go get paid somewhere else. We have Emilio Espinoza. And we have this rookie, Brandon Townsend, who does have hidden depth at a 69 overall. He's going to come in and give some depth at D tackle. We have our Sam linebacker, Delvin Martin, who's been underrated. I don't even think they use a Sam linebacker, but he's had, averaging 50, 40 tackles and then getting 3 sacks when we only use mainly the Mike linebacker and the Will linebacker. And then the Mike linebacker, we got Nick Mormon going to his 3rd season. He's become like the quarterback of the defense. So you got Micah McFadden, like Dexter Lawrence. Micah Madden McFadden's got to keep the nicknames going. But Micah McFadden, he's been slowly, I would say slowly declining, but he's been able to hold his rating, and he's been one of the leaders on this defense. We have Tom Kuhn, a young star dev linebacker, sitting behind him. And then at corner, we have Cooper DeJean, who, as soon as we signed Cooper, we were able to, get to the Super Bowl again and win it. He had 4 picks last season. Deontay Banks, out of Cordell Flott, and, the other corners we let go. We decided to keep him, and it's worked out for us. You got DeAndre Beck, our rookie 80 overall hidden dev corner. We drafted him, and he's just gonna help improve this cornerback group. We got Antoine Wilson, the 6'3" corner that we drafted last season, and then we got this guy Monte Barclay, another rookie hidden dev corner, just to strengthen our cornerback room. And then at free safety, you got Taylor Thompson, the rookie safety from last season, who has superstar dev now. He had 4 picks, just like Cooper DeJean. And then at strong safety, we have Tyler Nubin. And then at kicker, we have Tyson Blankenship, superstar dev kicker. At punter, we have Robert Lynch, superstar dev punter. And then we have long snapper Curtis McConnell. And then when you look at this team, just superstar devs, superstars all over the place, bro. Like, look at this. The offensive line. We bench, our superstars for preseason, but the X factors and Mixon and Scatterboo, and maybe I should look at this screen when we get to the regular season. I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. But going into this preseason and regular season, and of course the postseason, I should be able to sit back, kick my feet up, and enjoy this one. And we are going to enjoy the preseason as we start off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Can we get a win against them? And we don't. 14-13. Tyree Cunningham, the rookie backup quarterback that we just drafted. We have a rookie running back rushing for 44 yards. We have the rookie 6'7" wide receiver, Haynes, with the touchdown. We have Brian Burns with 2 sacks. Another rookie standout corner, Monclay, with the pick. And we do have 2 injuries. Abdul, 20 to 26 weeks. That's the season. Did we put him on IR? Well, Kayvon Thibodeau, all that talk about playing inside, you're going to get your ass back on the outside. No Abdul Carter. That's going to hurt. Quarterback, going to have Cunningham come in, Mixon, Gonzalez. This is why I benched most of my starters. I don't think we had any extra edge rushers, so we had to play Abdul Carter. And it came back to hurt us. No pun intended. You be careful, Andrew Thomas. So we don't have really any other position battles for preseason. We know who we're pretty much going to start. So simulate the second preseason game. And we lose the second preseason game, 35-31, to the Denver Broncos. Cunningham, another impressive preseason game, 2 touchdowns to 1 interception. A touchdown for Gonzalez, touchdown for Cunningham, and then Devontae Ridley competing for the wide receiver 3 spot. He gets a touchdown. Chris Godwin, the veteran, gets a touchdown. I guess those 2 are battling for the wide receiver 3 spot, along with the 6'7" rookie wide receiver. Our kicker making the field goals. And then final preseason game, we are going to start Cunningham, Mixon. We'll go with Godwin. No, we'll go with Haynes. Then we'll go Cambry. And then tight ends, we are good. I think that's everybody. Oh, D tackle. We have a battle at D tackle 3 between Townsend and Wolf. And then corner 3. We go free safety. And then the strong safety. I can't believe we lost Abdul Carter. Won't have him for the whole season. Maybe if we do make the Super Bowl, he could be back. And we lose every preseason game. I guess that, we actually don't lose the final preseason game. We tied with the Cleveland Browns 17-17. And Cunningham throws a pick. Bazelak does not. Joe Mixon 2 touchdowns. Townsend, the rookie D tackle, looks like he locks up that. He's gonna lock up that defensive tackle 3 spot, and then DeAndre Beck, the corner, he's gonna get the 3rd corner spot. But we do have to take a look at the final preseason stats so we can reward these guys on the depth chart. Bazelak did not throw any touchdowns or any picks, but the rookie Cunningham throwing 4 touchdowns. I think we can go with him as our backup quarterback. We got Javier Gonzalez, one of the rookie running backs. The other one got hurt. Joe Mixon will be the clear-cut running back 2. And then receiver Ridley, 5 catches, 139. He outplayed Chris Godwin and he outplayed Haynes, but I mean, all of them did their thing. And then looking at the defense, we had 3 sacks for Brian Burns because Abdul Carter was hurt, so Brian Burns was, getting all the sacks. And then we only have to cut 8 players. So we don't need all these quarterbacks. I think Bazelak, we will release him, and then we'll put Nicholas Johnston on the practice squad. We will keep 2 quarterbacks. We are going to put this running back here on the practice squad and go at 4. Receivers, we are going to keep everybody that is 70 and up. And then this Floyd Davis dude got some speed on him. We could use him in the return game. We are going to release Vince Watts. Don't need 4 tight ends. But this is a blocking tight end, right? We will keep him for now. Like Pope. The D tackles. Might keep them. Corners. I like Tarrant. We could probably go in the practice squad. We don't need all these free safeties, so we will release those 2. Only have to cut 2. So we will cut, I guess the receiver. We don't really need him. We got a lot of fast dudes on this team anyway, so we don't need him. And then that tight end, I think that tight end is going on the practice squad. So we'll upgrade the players. We will move around the depth chart, and then we'll get to the regular season as Cam Haynes has 3 skill points. Developing even at a normal depth. Wait, what? Star Dev? When did he get that? I drafted him when he was a normal. The hell is going on? Cam Haynes, the 6'7" rookie wide receiver that we got out of Georgia. His tag first said day one starter slash future starter. He was a normal dev when I drafted him, and now he's just a star dev. What? He did. They're not even okay. Development trait increased. Why? Because he was training. Well, well. Uh, okay. Jackson Dart will be our starting quarterback. Scatterboo and Joe Mixon will be our running backs with the rookie running backs. Once we get Westbrook back, it'll be him and Gonzalez. At fullback, we got Meredith. We'll go with, yeah, Mixon and Barkley. Wide receiver, it will now be Malik Neighbors. It will be Dakota Williams, TD Williams. And then now that I seen that, I'm going to go with the 6'7", Cam Haynes. And then I'm going to go with Ridley as like a return guy, wide receiver 4. We love our wide receivers 4 and 5. And then the veteran Chris Godwin, who has nothing else to prove, will be wide receiver 5. And then Canberra will be another return specialist. At tight end, we will go with Esparza and Barkley. And then we know who our offensive linemen are. We know that Thibodeau will now play on the outside edge with Brian Burns. D tackle will be Dexter Lawrence. Espinoza and the rookie Townsend. Martin. We're going to go with Mormon. We're going to go with McFadden and Kuhn. And then at corner, we're going to go Cooper DeJean. We're going to go with Barclay and Beck. Free safety, Thompson, Michael Wilson, and then we'll go with Wilson. And strong safety will be Newman, Burgess, and we will put Barclay. Kick return, it will be Ridley, it will be Wilson, and Cambry. It'll be everybody that we Major Scatterboo, though he will not be doing kick return duties. We need him in the backfield. And then I guess we could put Barclay. We got Dakota Williams. Beck is another one that has some speed on him. We could put the backup quarterback. He is an athlete. That would be fun. You know what? Let's put the backup quarterback up here too. Let's take TD Williams from back there. And we're going to put the backup quarterback. We're going to go with the backup quarterback in Ridley. And then punt return can be Wilson, Cambry. And then the other corner, DeAndre Beck. So Cambry, Wilson, and Beck. And then I guess Dakota Williams, and then probably go Deontay Banks. Kickoff start will be Blankenship. Third down back will be Scatterboo, Mixon. Gadget player will be Scatterboo, Mixon. Now we'll go Malik Neighbors. We'll go with TD Williams. And just all of our playmakers, and then we'll go Scatterboo. Power back will be Scatterboo. Scat Pack. Joe Mixon. And Gonzalez. Slot receiver. Now, the slot receiver, we've had Malik Neighbors, and then he broke the record. We had TD Williams, and then he broke a record, and then we had Esparza, who probably broke the tight end receiving rookie record. So this year, they're going to be interchangeable. I'm going to go with Malik Neighbors to start off because I feel like we owe him. His production has gone down with the draft picks of Dakota Williams, TD Williams, and Esparza, and then we will have the tight end go. So I think we're just going to share between all of them. But for right now, we're going to go with Malik Neighbors for like the first couple of games. And then on the edge, we're going to go with Thibodeau, Brian Burns, no Abdul Carter, and then rush D tackle will be Espinoza and Townsend, and the nose tackle will be Dexter Lawrence and Espinoza Townsend. Sub linebacker will be Mormon. We're gonna go with Kuhn, and then we're gonna go with McFadden. I think Kuhn steps up a little bit this year, helps out McFadden, and then slot corner will be Beck, Wilson, and the rookie Barclay. And then we'll advance. Do we have any more team captain slots though? I don't think we do. We don't. So that's good. We got all our team captains. We got all our leaders trying to lead us to another Super Bowl. But we're going to look at the advanced adjust lineup screen one more time before we get on with the regular season. Don't have to worry about the draft class because this is final season. Don't have to worry about contract negotiation, hiring scouts, none of that. But like I said, we have superstars, we have superstar X factors all over the place. When you look at the offense, you got Jackson Dart, Scatterboo, Malik Neighbors, T.D. Williams, Esparza, even Burns, Meredith on the offensive line. And then when you look at defense, Abdul Carter, if he wasn't hurt, he's down there. You got Brian Burns, who's still a superstar. Dexter Lawrence was an X factor at one point. We don't know what Townsend is. We don't know what Beck is. We don't know what Barclay is. Thompson went up superstar. And then even special teams, because special teams matter too. We got Lynch and Blankenship, superstar kicker and punter. So just superstars all over this team. And we'll see if we can get back to the Super Bowl. We start the season off against the Los Angeles Rams, and we also want to try to go undefeated. 16-1 last season. Can we go 17-0? This is a Thursday night primetime game. We're 89 overall, 92 offense, 87 defense. Can we win against the Rams to start the season? Can we get a dub? And we don't. So after going 16-1 and winning the Super Bowl, we start the final season 0-1. (29-24), and 3 touchdowns for Jackson Dart. Scatterboo. Now, Scatterboo usually averages 80 yards a game, and he got below that with 60. And then receiving, you got Malik Neighbors, 6 catches, 146. You got Scatterboo, Scat Pack, 3 catches, 79 yards, and a touchdown. So he got the 80 yards receiving instead of rushing. And then the rookie Cam Hayes, we just threw it up to him, his first career touchdown of his career. And then Andrew Thomas giving up 2. And then Thibodeau and Lawrence with the sacks, Kuhn, Espinoza. And we're transitioning a little bit. Their kicker made 5 field goals. They needed 5 field goals just to beat us. But we're transitioning. We have no Abdul Carter. We have Kuhn coming in for McFadden, sometimes on third down. We have a new rookie wide receiver 3. We have a new offensive lineman starting. They were on the bench last season. So, a lot of transitionings going on, and that could explain that first loss, but me trying to justify the first loss of the season. But we got the 49ers' first road game of the season. See if we can get our first dub of the season. And we do. We went on the road, 21-17, really close game. And we ran the ball. We shut their passing game down. And it looks like a game we probably shouldn't have won, but Scatterboo, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Joe Mixon, 50. T.D. Williams, finding the end zone, as he always does. Guerrero giving up 2 sacks. He gave it to Nick Bosa, and then we didn't have any picks, and we didn't have any special teams touchdowns, but we get our first win of the season. No, I do not want to quit the franchise mode because it's been. Ooh, I was just about to say this has been the funnest franchise mode I've done, and now we get hit with the injury bug. No Scatterboo. Out 2 weeks. So we will just choose the auto-generated draft class to see what we probably would have drafted, but we'd be picking at the end of the draft, the end of the mock draft. We got the Eagles on the road, first division game of the season. Can't wait to see the Cowboys. And we win, even without Scatterboo, 24-21, another close game, nail biter. And we shut the running game down. We ran the ball. That is that OG, old school type of football. And 3 touchdowns for Jackson Dart. Joe Mixon, 80 yards rushing, picking up where Scatterboo left off. We get Westbrook back from injury, and then receiving Malik Neighbors, 111-1. We got Dakota Williams, TD Williams. We got Esparza getting a touchdown. So the 3 X Factor receivers and tight end. This is also the Cooper DeJean revenge game. Micah McFadden with half a sack. No pick from Cooper DeJean though. But we get our first another injury. It's down to the 2 rookie running backs now. Man, they are really trying to make sure that we do not get back to the Super Bowl. I feel like they put Westbrook on kick return since he is back from injury. Of course, man, this game is so predictable. Now that he is going to be the lead running back, you will not be back there. We had Barclay, right? And then punt return was Cambray Wilson, Beck, Dakota, and was it Deontay Banks? Yeah. So the third down back will be Westbrook. Power back will be Gonzalez. So the 2 rookie running backs, we drafted them for a reason. They're going to come in for Joe Mixon and Scatterboo. We got the Kansas City Chiefs on the road. And we win the game. 31-7. Without Scatterboo, without Abdul Carter. Here comes the schedule glitch. So they're just hitting me with glitches and injuries now, and that still can't stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us from getting back there and repeating. Now we already had the undefeated streak stopped again, but look at that Super Bowl rematch: 3-1 Giants, 3-1 Bills Monday night. It can only be prime time. But we want to see what we just did to the Chiefs with 2 rookie running backs. And we ran all over them. We shut their running game down. Probably still couldn't stop Patrick Mahomes. We stopped him a little bit. But 4 touchdowns for Jackson Dart. No sacks from the offensive line. Westbrook's debut as a starter. 91. Doesn't matter who we put back there. We got 91 rushing yards. And then Gonzalez with 1 yard. 2 touchdowns for TD Williams. Doesn't even need to be in the slot. Malik Neighbors in the slot though with 2 touchdowns. And Cooper DeJean with a half a sack and a pick. Dexter Lawrence with a pick, or with a half a sack, and then Nick Mormon, our Mike linebacker, with a pick. And then we had Blankenship missing 1 field goal, but we are still 3-1, and we're facing the 3-1 Bills. They beat us year 1 in the Super Bowl. We beat them year 4 in the Super Bowl. So this is the 3rd matchup. Get a new ability unlocked from Matt Burns. I think that's our center. But let's see if we can beat the Bills again. And this might be a preview, early preview of the Super Bowl. We already seen it 2 times. And they beat us. So if we see you again a 4th time in the postseason, 17-14, this was close. I think if we had Abdul Carter and Scatterboo and Mixon, we probably would have won that one because we couldn't run the ball, couldn't stop their passing game, no turnovers. It was real close. And look at that, both quarterbacks dead even. Westbrook, Cook even. Receiving, you got Neighbors and Dakota Williams both getting touchdowns. Their receivers getting touchdowns. You know, we getting sacks. You know, they got some sacks, and then, you know, no picks, and then Schrader misses a field goal for them. It was just a close game. So mock draft one, we don't need to see. There's the Cowboys. We're gonna call you the Cowboys. I ain't gonna call you the Cowgirls because you did beat a 16-0 team last season. But like I said, we're gonna change the slot receiver. Malik Neighbors had his time. Now we're gonna go to T.D. Williams, and then we'll go with Haynes, and then we'll go with maybe Ridley or the tight end Esparza. So now it's T.D. Williams time. Do we have Scatterboo back from injury? We do. He is back. No Joe Mixon and Abdul Carter. See if Scatterboo is our third down and power back. He is back. Scat Pack is back. Run all over the Cowboys. Avenge our loss, our only L from last season, and we don't. They beat us, but we will see them again. We're not worried. 21-35. And we threw an interception. No sacks given up from the offensive line. 91 rushing yards with Scatterboo. We had Jackson Dart with a rushing touchdown, and T.D. Williams with a touchdown, looking to break his own record, 24. We had a sack for Brian Burns, Deontay Banks, Micah McFadden, Blankenship missing a field goal. But we are 3-3, barely at 500. We got a Sunday night game, division game against the Washington Commanders on the road. Can we beat them? And we do. Much needed win, division win, very important. 24-14, division implications, playoff implications. We found a way to run the ball again. Jackson Dart throwing touchdowns, not throwing interceptions. 114 for Scatterboo. Mixon coming back, 24 and a touchdown. TD Cam Haynes just throwing it up to him. And then Brian Burns, Cooper DeJean, Taylor Thompson, the other Vanilla Boys, the DB Vanilla Boys. And then we got the Seahawks, my Seattle Seahawks, who, as I currently record this, we dominate the San Francisco 49ers, and we are in the NFC Championship game against the Los Angeles Rams, one win away from the Super Bowl. But in this world, they're 5-2. I'm the Giants. We're 4-3. We got to beat you. We're at home. This could be a team that we see in the playoffs, and let's see if we can get a W against them. And we do. We win 28-20. All of our games have been close besides that Kansas City Chiefs game, and then that loss to the Cowboys, but we're not going to talk about that. We shut their running game down. We ran the ball all over them, then turned the ball over. We did not allow a touchdown, or we didn't allow any points until the fourth quarter, and Jackson Dart with a touchdown. Scatterboo, 112 and 2. Esparza, 94. Touchdown for who else? Dakota, TD, Williams. Andrew Thomas giving up 3 sacks, though. It's crazy work. Almost said Byron Murphy. Thought I was controlling the Hawks for a second. But Kentrell Farrell, I think that's our backup Mike linebacker. 2 for 2 for our kicker. And we are 5-3 mid-season. Don't have to worry about contracts, but looking at our rankings, we're 13th offense, 12th in passing. We are the number 1 rushing yard. We are the number 1 rushing team, and we didn't have Scatterboo for a couple of weeks. We are a top 10 defense. Our secondary is but we have the number 1 rush stopping defense. It seems like every time we have if we're number 1 in rushing, we're number 1 in stopping the run. If we're number 2 in rushing, we're number 2 in stopping the run. It's like the offensive rush yards per game and the defensive rush yards per game mirror each other. It's like every time. But we are going to upgrade the players. We're going to check out any dev traits that need to be revealed. And I think DeAndre Beck was one of them. And he is a star. And looking at the adjust lineup screen again, we know that the cornerback was a star. I still don't know how Haynes got it. They just gave it to him. Maybe he got it through training, but we know that Beck is a star. We don't know Barclay because he's like kind of buried on the depth chart. Townsend, we don't know. So I think those are the only two that we need left to be revealed. But looking at the division, I mean, we're still number one division. We're the number 2 seed right now. When you look at, Seattle, we beat them. The Bucks, 5-2. You got the Lions. So our division is still looking like a dogfight. We owe the Cowgirls ass whooping. And we got the Eagles. We have a linebacker breakout. And this is Kentrell. He's a backup. I don't think he's going to do that. So let's choose a different one. 5 tackles and a tackle for loss. 2 tackles for loss. Let's do 5 tackles and a tackle for loss. Don't know how he's getting on the field. Like I said, is he our Sam linebacker? Kentrell Farrell, right? He's our backup Mike linebacker. He is. How is he getting on the field? Devin Martin's our Sam linebacker. Hey, you get on the field, make plays. Got the Eagles. I think this is our first time we played them in the season, but they are in our division. So we can beat them, knock them down to 3-6. We still got a receipt, for the Cowboys. We already beat the Commanders, and we win against the Eagles, and we win 28-21. Always going to play a division opponent. It's always going to be, not always, but mostly a close game. We ran the ball, scored a touchdown every quarter. We're not giving up a lot of sacks. 2 touchdowns for Scatterboo. We had Cam Haynes with the touchdown, Dakota Williams. And then I think we are going to switch to slot receiver now. We got Kayvon Tippett over the second half. We got Delvin Martin. There's our Sam linebacker. Any TFLs, though, for the linebacker. He did not get it, so we're not even going to entertain that dev trade scenario. But we are going to change the slot receiver. I said I was going to, switch them around. We've already done T.D. Williams. We've done Malik Neighbors. Now it's time for the rookie, Haynes. And then we'll do Ridley, and then we'll do Chris Godwin there. Got the Buccaneers. I think they're leading their division. I think they were the number 1 seed, so we beat them. This is a battle of the number 1 seeds, and we lose. 30-27. To the Succaneers. 2 touchdowns, no picks. Joe Mixon, 90 yards. Why was Joe Mixon? And where is Scatterboo? No carries. Must have got hurt in practice. Jackson Dart with the rushing yard. Malik Neighbors goes off. Esparza with the TD. He's been kind of quiet this season. Not for long. We're going to put him in the slot. You got Dexter Lawrence with 2 sacks. We have a new injury. Oh, man. Just win enough games to make the playoffs, I think. Trying to get the number 1 seed, probably out of the realm. Even winning the division. Just get to the dance. Malik Neighbors is back at X Factor. I don't know how he got it back. I'm so happy he got it back. I feel like we robbed him of it when we stopped putting him in the slot once we got T.D. Williams and Esparza. But he's back at X Factor. They're just gifting me with dev traits this season. First, the receiver, the tall receiver, and now Malik Neighbors gets his X Factor back. Rightfully where it belongs, and just another weapon. But we don't have our main weapon, Jackson Dart. We have all the weapons to throw darts to, but we don't have the man. We don't have the dart. It's going to be the rookie. It's going to be the rookie, Tyree Cunningham, who we have at kick return. who we probably should take from kick return so he's not gassed, right? What the hell is Joe Mixon doing back there? Um, yeah, get from back there. Who was the kick returner, right? It was the quarterback, and then I guess we'll go Barclay. Punt return will be Cambray and Wilson. Why is Joe Mixon back there? And Deontay Banks. And Westbrook. Got the Commanders. Get the brooms, get the dustpans, sweep them, but we don't have Jackson Dart. We have a rookie. All of our rookies have been playing good football, but man, they really just they hurt my quarterbacks. You never really see the quarterbacks get hurt, bro. Like Madden knows what it's doing right now. They're trying their best to stop this dynasty from happening. And look at this. We can't have that. We got to go get a quarterback. We can't have that. Thibodeau, Beck, Banks, Nick Morman, Cooper DeJean. And we have a receiver breakout. I think that's Malik Neighbors. But let's see what's in free agency. I don't know if we can have that quarterback play like that. We might not even make the playoffs. So you have Dylan Gabriel, Jalen Milroe, Will Howard, Justin Fields, Davis Mills. You know what? It's out of Minshew Mania and I'm gonna go Davis Mills. And we don't even have enough money to sign Davis Mills. So we just have to we gotta thug it out, man. We just got to take this one on the chin. And we don't have Davis Mills because somehow they brought back Daniel Jones. Not happening. And maybe I should have kept Daniel Jones because we can't get Davis Mills. So how could they afford to sign Daniel Jones then? How could they afford to sign Daniel Jones if I can't afford to sign Davis? It makes no sense. Let's just simulate the week. Sunday night prime time, 4-7 Cardinals who can beat us, any given Sunday, but we don't have our quarterback. But we do win with the rookie, and 23-21. We find a way to win, and we just got to find ways to win until Jackson Dart is back. It was ugly. Tyree Cunningham, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 3 sacks, given up. Scatterboo can't run the ball now without the other half of the Vanilla Boys. Ridley, 92 in the touchdown. Why is he on the field? Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, Micah McFadden, Farrell, Cooper DeJean, make our field goals. And I do have to put the tight end now in the slot because I said we were going to use all of them in the slot. Don't know why Ridley is in there, but Esparza, and then we'll go with Haynes or Malik Neighbors and T.D. Williams. But we have a linebacker breakout. It's got to be Micah McFadden. He had a great game. Kentrell Farrell. We're going to take it easy, bro. He's the backup Mike linebacker. It's not that I don't care if he gets, the dev trade upgrades or not, but we need Jackson Dart back. We are 7-5. We are 3rd in the division, or in the conference. We did lose to the Bucks, but we did beat Seattle, so we are not too far behind. If we had Jackson Dart, we would be steamrolling into the number 1 seed. We got the Chargers Monday night prime time. They're 6-6, looking to be like a wild card team in the AFC. We could knock them out of the playoffs, and look at that. Our rookie quarterback starting to get comfortable, 28-17. We get the win on Monday night. And 3 touchdowns for Tyree Cunningham. No sacks given up. And then Scatterboo, 98 rushing yards. And then receiving, Esparza, 6 catches, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns now in the slot. It's his turn. And then now it's Ross Barkley's turn. 2 tight end system again. We won the Super Bowl too last year like this. This is why I saved it for last. That's our secret weapon now. Amari Sampson, don't know who he is. I think it's a rookie edge rusher backup. And then pick for Nick Mormon, the Mike linebacker. And somehow we are winning games. We only lost one since Jackson Dart went down. We have the 9-4 Denver Broncos and the linebacker breakout. I don't think he got it. Huh? Bro, did they just give me a third death trap? I was about to say 1,000 XP for Mike King Trail, so congrats to him. We have the Denver Broncos at home to get our 9th win of the season. That would solidify another winning season for us. But we lose 20-17. Jackson Dart, are you back? Especially for this Cowboys game. Please be back. Brian Burns. Nick Mormon. 3 for 3 for Blankenship. Cowboys 5-9. That's what y'all get. Upgraded players for this game. Do we have Jackson Dart back? He's not back. Well, we don't need him. They don't have Tajay Spears. They don't have Tyler Smith, Aleem McNeil. But we don't want to get swept by the Cowboys. To get our 9th win of the season and to guarantee another winning season. All 5 seasons have been winning seasons, especially year 4 where we won the Super Bowl. Year 1 too for making the Super Bowl, making it that far in year 1. We split the season series with the Cowboys. 2 touchdowns or a touchdown for Tyree Cunningham. Could be offensive rookie of the year now. 121 for Scatterboo. He's starting to slow down a little bit. Brian Burns. We had a pick for Taylor Thompson, a missed field goal, but we have 9 wins on the season. We can still get double-digit wins with 10. We got Jackson Dart back. We are 4th in the conference. We're only 1 game behind the Falcons now. It's like a 5 or 6 way tie right now. Seattle 9-6, Bucks 9-6, Rams 9-6, we're 9-6, Commanders 9-6, Packers 9-6, Detroit about to be 9-7, maybe. So need to win this game against the Raiders. Get 10 wins on the season. We got Jackson Dart back, so I expect us to put up some points. And we get 10 wins on the season. 42-23. I expected to put points up. I called it 42-23. We had 21 points. It was 21-0 after the first quarter. It was over before it even started. 3 touchdowns for Jackson Dart. 3 touchdowns for the Scatterboo, the Vanilla Boys, live in effect. Touchdown for T.D. Williams. 2 touchdowns for Esparza. Brian Burns, Martin Beck with a sack and a pick. Cooper DeJean with a pick. We had a blocked field goal. Special teams matter. And now we're at 10 wins. The season finale, though, will be against Green Bay. They're 10-6. We're 10-6. This is Sunday night, prime time. They hurt Deontay Banks. They hurt Ridley. And they hurt T.D. Williams. And this is for the number 1 seed, damn it. Green Bay 10-6. We're 10-6 now. Falcons 10-6. Bucks 10-6. Look at this. Seattle. This can go to anybody. I don't even think no one has clinched the playoffs yet. But T.D. Williams we won't have for at least 1 to 3 weeks. He might miss the playoffs. Devontae Ridley's out for the last game. Deontay Banks is out for the last game. But this is a very important game. This is playoff implications, conference implications, division implications. all types of complications. But we got, we got Godwin, a quarterback who can play. What an athlete! What an athlete that we drafted at quarterback. He can play quarterback. He can play receiver. He can play running back. He can play kick return, punt return, kick the ball, even throw the ball, whatever you need him to do. He's one of those gadget players. But yeah, so we got Malik Neighbors, Godwin, Haynes. Yeah, so we're good. Upgrade the players for this game. We could get the number one seed. Don't know how the tiebreaker is gonna work because the Falcons are 2, right? But if we beat Green Bay, we should jump to the number one spot, or does the Falcons jump to the number one spot? If the Rams or the Seahawks win in their division, or even the Saints, do they jump to the number one spot? The Commanders win and we lose, do they jump to the number one spot? What is gonna happen? We're about to find out though. If we simulate this primetime game, we're on the road. I think we can beat Green Bay. Let's get 11 wins. Let's get back to the postseason. And let's play our asses off in the playoffs. And make this a dynasty for the G-Man. $11 wins. And we get the first round bye. Let's go. 42-21. We put up, 84 points the last 2 games with Jackson Dart back. $42 games or 42 points back-to-back weeks for the offense with Jackson Dart back in at quarterback, peaking at the right time is the offense. Jackson Dart, 3 touchdowns, 353 passing yards, making up for the games that he missed. Scatterboo, look at that, 4 total touchdowns for Jackson Dart. Scatterboo with the rushing touchdown. Malik Neighbors, $125 and a TD. Esparza, almost said Esperanza. Esparza, 2 touchdowns. 4 sacks given up for Rasheed Walker. Who did he give those sacks up to? Oh, Brian Burnham Down Burns. Micah Madden McFadden. And we are officially the number 1 seed in the NFC. Green Bay comes in at number 2. Falcons come in at number 3. Seattle at 4. Who is number 5? Commanders make the playoffs. That's annoying. I want to be the only team in the NFC East, but so be it. Saints at 6, and then Bucks at 7. The Rams at 9 and 8 miss out. The Panthers at 9 and 8 miss out. So what a year for the NFC. Even, number 10, 8 and 9, Lions, 8 and 9, 11, San Francisco 49ers. Just dogfight throughout the conference. But looking at the top performers, Burrow throwing for 5,000, probably MVP. Darnold, Daniels, Robinson, Judkins, Johnson, Chase, Rice, Sutton, Garrett with 19, Parsons, Rousseau. We had Marcus Jones, some guy named Raymond on the Cowboys, and then Cooper DeJean with 5 picks. A guy named Felix, Bond, and a guy named Cobb with all those tackles. Looking at the stats, down year for Jackson Dart, but he was injured. But if you look at what Cunningham did, if you put that 1,000 yards with Jackson, that's about 3,800 passing yards, about 34 touchdowns, 12 picks, 35 sacks. But he was hurt, so we can't really, decipher Jackson Dart's stats of what they would have been, just adding the 2 quarterback numbers together. And then rushing, Scatterboo still had over 1,000 yards rushing, averaged 5.5, still had double-digit touchdowns, but he's still fumbling the ball. But his longest rush was 70 yards. 3 touchdowns for Joe Mixon, 3 touchdowns for Jackson Dart. Receiving, Malik Neighbors, only receiver over 1,000 yards. He is back to his X-Factor ways, being the number 1 wide receiver. T.D. Williams was hurt, but he still had 9 touchdowns, 10 touchdowns for Esparza. Haynes with 38 catches, 471, 3 touchdowns, not a bad rookie year. Barkley got on the field, 2 tight end system, and Ridley, he always gets like the long bomb catch. And then longest reception was Cam Scatterboo, 69 yards. Thomas gave up, double digit Burns from center. It was really his first year starting, but great year for Guerrero. Kind of a bad year for Nicholson, but look at this. Derek Meredith, superstar guard, did not give up a single sack. And when you look at that tag, it says award winner. He might have won best offensive lineman of the year. He's already a superstar dev. Please give offensive lineman X factors. I know it's not a sexy position, but come on. Still need some skills to play it. Mormon, over 100 tackles. He was the only player on the team with over 100 tackles. He also had 4 picks and a sack. Thibodeau, 6 sacks, 12 TFLs, 86 tackles. Back on the outside. 5 picks for Cooper DeJean. He was in the top 3. Taylor Thompson with a couple of picks. Brian Burns, 12.5 sacks. A pick for Deontay Banks. A pick for Micah McFadden. Delvin Martin, our Sam linebacker, gets on the field. Dexter Lawrence, 8 sacks, 7 TFLs. Kuhn, 45 tackles, a half a sack. You got Farrell. You got Espinoza. Just no Abdul Carter, though. Yeah, for the whole year. 10 deflections, though, for Cooper Jean. Why do I keep saying Cooper Jean? Forced fumbles. We had Nick Mormon with 1. We had a block for Brian Burns. We had a safety for Espinoza. And we had a defensive touchdown for Cooper DeJean. We had 1 field goal blocked, so he really only missed 4. Longest was 51. And then punting, his inside the 20 was 8 times. Longest 73. Average 50.4. A lot of guys returning the ball and not one special teams touchdown. Yearly awards, MVP. Drake May. Comes down to him and Stafford in real life as I record this. Brian Daboll, Coach of the Year. I think that's our second Coach of the Year. We're NFC. NFC Offensive Player of the Year. No Giants. Goes to Rashee Rice now on the Rams. Micah Parsons, Defensive Player of the Year. Brian Burns at number 7. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Luke Sullivan of the Lions. We have Haynes, our receiver, at number 5. And we have Westbrook, our running back, at number 9. No quarterback on there, though. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to the Eagles, J.R. Mitchell. We got Beck at number 3. Best QB goes to Sam Darnold. Jackson Dart at number 4. Jackson Dart at number 4, and he didn't play the whole season. Running back goes to Bijan. We got Scatterby at 3. He didn't play the whole season. Receiving goes to Rashee Rice. No Malik Neighbors. Snubbed. O-line, Derek Meredith. Congrats. D-line goes to Micah Parsons. Brian Burns at number 8. Linebacker goes to Devin Bush. DB goes to Cowboys. We got Cooper DeJean at number 4. Look at all those Commanders. And then kicker goes to Taylor Jaramillo. And no Giants on the list, on the short list. But we have a bye week, so we're going to, like I said, for this rebuild, sit back, kick our feet up, and just enjoy it. Enjoy these wild card games and see who plays us. Now, when we look at the bracket, we will play the lowest seed in the NFC remaining. So, I mean, it could be the Bucks. It could be anybody. Saints. Who are we rooting for? Well, we want Seattle to knock out the Commanders. We've beaten both of them. Would love to see Tampa again because they did beat us. We beat Green Bay the final game of the season. I think we beat the Falcons and Saints. I'm not sure. But we have a weekly award winner. Goes to Jackson Dart and Brian Burns. And we are going to set up our depth chart. This is how we're going to use this bye week and make our depth chart, the best it can be. So we got Malik Neighbors. We're going to go with Haynes. Or should we go with, I think we go with Ridley. No, we're going to go with Haynes and Godwin. We might get T.D. Williams back next for the next game. Slot receiver, we have Esparza, and Jackson Dart's playing good like that, so we're going to leave it the way it is. And then we're going to go Haynes. Edge rusher, we're good. Rush D tackle, they have Dexter Lawrence. Nope. It's not going to be that. And then sub linebacker, we go back to Micah McFadden. They already did it for me. Wilson and Barclay. So we'll see who we play in the divisional round. I want it to be Tampa. They're the 7th seed, and they did beat us. We'll love to get revenge. And it is Commanders, so a divisional opponent in the division round. So they knocked out my Hawks, so extra motivation for me to beat them. And Green Bay, who we've beaten, kicked the shit out of the Succaneers. So on the AFC side, you got the 7th seed Chiefs, who we beat 31-7 early in the season. They got the Steelers, but I will be rooting for the Chiefs in that game. And you got Colts Browns. So upgrade the players. And we are, what, 2 games away from another Super Bowl appearance. Do we have T.D. Williams back? We have T.D. Williams. Tyler Nubin is out now. But we got T.D. Williams back. Look at them, already putting them in the slot. Didn't even look at our rankings. We were 8th offense, 18th attacking, second rushing, 9th defense, 2nd in stopping the run, and then 14th in the secondary. So, I mean, that passing one, no Jackson Dart. So, beat the Commanders, advance to the NFC Championship game. It'll be our 3rd of the rebuild. 1 game away from another Super Bowl appearance. 38-24. We are back in the NFC Championship game. We will be playing the Atlanta Falcons, who I feel like might have gotten screwed out of like the 1 seed and 2nd seed, but they still made it to the championship game. And then you got the Steelers, who are the number 1 seed on the other side. They're playing the 4th seed Colts. But we beat the Commanders 38-24. We're in our 3rd NFC Championship game. We battled through injuries. 3 touchdowns for Jackson Dart. He has just been throwing darts since coming back from injury. Scatterboo, buck 36. They have a lot of playoff experience now. 2 touchdowns for Esparza. Ross Barkley, the 2 tight end system with 3 touchdowns. This is how we won the Super Bowl last season. Brian Burns a sack and a half. Picking up, the slack from not having Abdul Carter on the other side. Blankenship 3 for 3 and a 54-yarder. Weekly award winner for Jackson Dart. And then we are back in the NFC Championship game. And if we do make the Super Bowl, don't want to just skip past the Falcons. I know what they can do. They beat me in the Titans rebuild in our first Super Bowl appearance there. Our only Super Bowl appearance with the Titans. But if we get to the Super Bowl again, I know we super simmed it the first year, straight up simmed it in year 4. What did we do in this one? Did we play it? I think we were super simming so we can see the celebration this time. But 1 win away as we get Tyler Nubin back, and we get Abdul Carter back. And we don't have Andrew Thomas. We get Abdul Carter back. So Brian Burns will be on that side. We're going to put Abdul Carter, because Brian Burns did so good on that side. We'll do Carter, and then we'll do Thibodeau on this side. And now we can move him back to the inside. So the rush left will be Abdul Carter. Thibodeau right will be Burns. Thibodeau. D tackle will be Thibodeau. And then nose tackle will be Dexter Lawrence. We get Abdul Carter back for the NFC Championship game right when we need him, because we need that pass rush. And we are back in the Super Bowl, our 3rd Super Bowl, and it is against none other than the Pittsburgh Steelers. The team that I despise, the team that I hate, the most. Now the Bills, I respect them. Love Josh Allen. Best player in football to me in real life as I record this. But the Steelers, 36-7, we dominate the Atlanta Falcons, shut them out until the fourth quarter where they finally scored a touchdown. We shut their running game down. We made them turn the ball over. Picked off Michael Penix 3 times. Scatterboo with the hat trick. Scatterboo with the hat trick and the receiving tricks. And our goal, our mission that we were focused on, Cooper DeJean, Tyler Newman coming back from injury with a pick. We skipped the Pro Bowl. We could have won at Scatterboot and Cooper DeJean. We wanted to get back to the Super Bowl to repeat. We have a shot to make this team a dynasty. Jackson Dart, superstar dev. If he doesn't get hurt, maybe he wins best quarterback of the year or even MVP, and he could have went up the X Factor. But we got Scatterboo mixing. He does regress down to a superstar, but helping out the backfield with Scatterboo. We got Malik Neighbors back up to an X Factor. Haynes somehow getting star dev in preseason. T.D. Williams back from injury. He's healthy. As far as a 2 tight end system with him and Barkley working. The young offensive lineman, with Meredith leading the way. Andrew Thomas, who was just out in the NFC Championship game, he is back. We are finally 100% healthy after a banged up season, right for the Super Bowl. Dexter Lawrence not slowing down. We got Espinoza Townsend, but we got Abdul Carter back, who did lose his X Factor, but Kayvon Thibodeau is going to be rushing on that inside. Micah McFadden back, Tyler Newman back, Thompson, Cooper DeJean, the Vanilla Boys in the defensive backfield. We're ready. We're ready for the Steelers. I don't know who they have on the roster. I don't care who they have on the roster. We are going to check out their roster, though, because I got to see what they're working with. They have Jason Casey, a quarterback out of UCF that they drafted 6'5", 225 with star dev. He is their franchise quarterback. Caleb Johnson's out. It's a superstar. They have a running back that they drafted. They have a receiver that they drafted. They got DK Metcalf still. Pat Fryermuth, Gunnar Helm. They drafted a superstar tackle. They got Ezra Cleveland. They got Zach Frazier up, the superstar. Robert Hunt, Troy Fautanu. Still got TJ Watt, Kwity Paye, Derek Harmon, Jerzon Newton. Look at all these D tackles they got. Patrick Queen, Robert Spillane, Peyton Wilson. They drafted a superstar corner, Joey Porter. They drafted really good in this rebuild. They got Asante Samuel. Still got Jalen Ramsey, Deshaun Elliott, Jake Bates. So, they're 86 overall for a reason. They're 12-5 for a reason. But we've been to the Super Bowl 3 times now for a reason. We've won one for a reason. We went 16-1 last season for a reason. Super Bowl, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Skull Vikes. And we're gonna super sim this one. I gotta see us celebrate against the Steelers. Winning one Super Bowl already was something for me, and we're just gonna skip over this. But to do it against this team, the Steelers, the black and yellows, it's really making me happy. All right, we get the ball first, and first play is to Ross Barkley for 10 yards. 2 tight end system already working. Malik Neighbors. We're gonna run with Scatterboo. Another run with the wrecking ball. Another run with the wrecking ball. Pass it to Malik Neighbors. We got, as far as a two tight end system, touchdown Malik Neighbors, and Blankenship makes the extra point. We're up 7-0. Steelers get the ball. They got Caleb Johnson, who's now a superstar, running Nick Mormon, Mike linebacker, knocking the ball down, but we give out the first down to DK. Jalen Noel, they're driving. We can't stop Caleb Johnson. They're moving backwards. They get sacked by Delvin Martin, our Sam linebacker. And they score a touchdown to DK. They went for it on fourth down. 7-all. Jackson Dart throws the ball away again, and then we get 8 yards. Go for it. We go for it on fourth down. The coach, Brian Dayball, being very aggressive. We get another 3rd and 10, and we get a big play to Ross Barkley, two tight end system, working early. That's the game plan. Barkley is the game plan. Esparza. Jackson Dart runs it in himself, 14-7. This game looks like it's going to be a shootout. Who's going to get a stop first? Which defense can get a stop first? And no defense can get a stop so far. Looks like it's going to be 14 up. And no, we stop them. Are they going to go for it on fourth down at the goal? They do, and they get the touchdown. God damn it. 14 up. 3rd and 7. Another 3rd and long, and they stop us. They get the first stop. No, not like this. Not like this. Come on, D. We get a stop. Deontay Banks. We get the ball around midfield. And we need to score here because they get the ball at the half. And we're getting big chunks, and we get a touchdown with Scatterboo. His first touchdown of the Super Bowl. And they're trying to get some points before half. And we make them punt. 1 minute drive, big penalty. Patrick Queen, thank you, sir. Thank you, Sirski. 3rd and 1. We're in field goal range. Don't mess this up. Get the field goal. Fucking idiots. We're in field goal range, and they let the clock run out. I should have hopped in and kicked the field goal. Brian Burns. Thank you, Zach Frazier, and they just get the first down any fucking way. 3rd and 1. They get the first down. They're going to fucking score. How do we not kick the field goal, bro? Just score on them. Scatterboo. Scat Pack. Fuck you, Patrick Queen. We're going to lose the Super Bowl. All because we couldn't kick a damn field goal when we were in field goal range. We better score. We better score. We better score. Go for it. Oh my God, bro. I should have just straight up simmed it. It's all falling apart now. We have to score here. Get the ball back. And it's over. I'm not watching that celebration. I don't care. I don't care. Don't care. Don't care. I don't care. That was stupid. Well, we drove down the field before half. We should have kicked the field goal. I don't know how we let the clock run out. Don't know how we let the clock run out. So we don't win in our 3rd Super Bowl appearance, but why did it have to be the Steelers? Anybody, any team but them. Any team but them. Man. But hey, the Giants, the G-Men, I'm telling y'all, if y'all do them or have done them or are planning to do them, do this team when it comes to a rebuild. You got Jackson throwing darts, who was really good every season. The first couple of seasons he was stuck on that normal dev. We got him off it. I don't even know if we got him to star dev. We might have had him at star dev for one season, but we got him up to a superstar. Wish we could have got him up to an X Factor. Could have happened this season if he didn't get hurt, but he was on pace to continuing to break some records, especially with the weapons that we put around him. When you look at Scatterboo, the other half of the Vanilla Boys, my white boys, Scatterboo, just running the wreck, man. Just running reckless, but in a good way. First couple of seasons, 1,400 rushing yards. Then he had that big 1,600-yard season, 16 touchdowns. Minus the fumbles, averaging at least 5 yards per carry every single season, and just a workhorse, man. And then Malik Neighbors tying the Randy Moss record the first season with 23 touchdowns, and then continuing to get 1,000 yards, losing his production a little bit, losing his X factor, but then gaining it back this season, becoming our number one option again, and then drafting T.D. Williams. That was another thing we did really well in this rebuild, was our drafting. Like, even if we had to be aggressive and trade up in the draft to go get a player that we want, even if we had to, move down to get a player. But Dakota Williams, that first year he was in the slot all the way, and then of course, with Malik Neighbors and Esparza and all these other guys and Scatterboo, we only got one ball to go around, so everybody's still producing. And Esparza, mentioned him. I think we got him from a draft before we traded down because I didn't like the value in like the third or fourth round, and then we ended up getting Esparza with the trade down pick, I believe. Right? Oh, no, he was drafted in the first round. But we got somebody with that late round pick. But Esparza, another receiving threat and another dart for Jackson Dart to throw darts to. And then even Barkley, the 2 tight end system. We won a Super Bowl last year with it. You saw what we did at the end of the regular season. We go back to it and we make it to another Super Bowl. The offensive line, with Burns and Meredith and Guerrero and Nicholson and Thomas. Thomas, the only guy remaining, from the original O-line, but we completely overhauled and rebuilt and retooled the offensive line. Getting depth traits. Meredith, though, becoming the best offensive lineman, or at least the best right guard in the league. Meredith at fullback. And then on defense, finding a way to make Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, and Kayvon Thibodeau work. Now, if we were to do more years, I probably wouldn't have re-signed Kayvon Thibodeau. Probably would have traded him or let him walk. But because Brian Burns is already paid and Abdul Carter is on that rookie deal, you could extend Kayvon Thibodeau for a couple of seasons, and by the time his contract that you give him runs out, Abdul Carter would then be due a contract. Then you let Kayvon Thibodeau walk. So you take advantage of the luxury that you already have with the 3 edge rushers, and you find a way to make it work. Had Kayvon Thibodeau, rush on the inside. And you got Micah McFadden still remaining here. Mormon, who we drafted, he's developed, kind of took over McFadden's role as the lead tackler. And then, Dex Lawrence must have got hurt in that Super Bowl. But, Dex Lawrence, Sexy Dexy, regressing a little bit, losing his depth traits, but keeping his holding his overall strong. We got the ring for him. And, that's all that matters. And then, keeping Deontay Banks over like Paulson Adebo, Cordell Flott, and Drew Phillips, and, even letting Javon Holland walk and developing Tyler Nubin. And same thing with the offensive side, losing Wan'Dale Robinson, and, finding more receivers to replace him. Thompson replacing Javon Holland, superstar dev, and then even the kickers and the punters, man, like Lynch, Blankenship. We found Lynch in the preseason free agency. We drafted, I think, Blankenship. So, superstar special teams, but 3 Super Bowl appearances with this team, 3 NFC championships, 1 Super Bowl ring, 1 record tying season, 1 record breaking season. I mean, this team one of my favorite teams that I've ever rebuilt. I'll never forget this Giants rebuild here in Madden 26. The G-Man with Jackson Dart, Scatterboo, the Vanilla Boys, and T.D. Williams, and then this guy right here, Dakota Williams, is the reason why I started giving all these other guys on the team nicknames. We named him T.D. Williams, and then we came up with the Jackson throwing darts and the Scat Pat Scatterboos and the Malik next door neighbors, and just T.D. Williams, one of my favorite picks of all time, man. But yeah, him being the X Factor, Esparza, and I'm just glad that it wasn't all for nothing, and we at least got him one ring, even though it probably should have been 3 rings, especially this last one against the Steelers. But this rebuild was a W, and we at least got a ring here in Madden 26. But that'll wrap it up for the New York Giants Madden 26 realistic rebuild. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below. I'm out of here. I'm gone. Peace out. Don't squad.